Hey guys, welcome to the Hot Rod Reverend channel. We're so glad that you stopped by, and I want to say a big thank you to all of our subscribers over the past month. The channel is really starting to grow and appreciate your support. There's been a lot of interest in our Y-Block Ford V8 build series that we're putting together with Tim McMaster, the Y-Block guy, and then later on this week there will be another upload for part 1. We've had the introduction. I'll drop a link in the comments for you if you want to see that. And of course, we also visited Tim's shop up in Hanford, California. Now, today I actually went and stopped by one of my buddy's houses. He's got a Edsel Roundup station wagon. He's got two 58 Skyliners, a number of projects he's working on. So let's take a little trip right now. Guys, we're at Warren's house. Here we are with all these great cars. All right, so what are we working on here, Warren?
Well, see the master cylinder,
Yep.
I put a dual master cylinder on it.
Yeah.
And we built the brakes, so they're all done.
Just new power steering pump or what is it? Yeah.
I just rebuilt the
Rebuilt that, yeah.
and the control valve, and that seems to be working good. I just got it up and running yesterday.
Yeah.
And I got a cheap Chinese 2-barrel carburetor.
I see that there, yeah.
For $62 off of Temu.
Okay.
And I had to do a little work on it. Replace the accelerator pump.
Yeah.
And actually had to replace the valve. I mean, not the valve, the
You mean
float. The float.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. So
Here's that's a Roundup too. What size engine is this, Warren? What was it? You say 360 or help me out? 361?
352.
352's in here. Okay.
300 horsepower if it had the correct manifold on
Okay.
it. It's supposed to have a 4-barrel
Yeah.
manifold carburetor, and it's supposed to produce 300 horsepower stock.
Wow.
So I don't know if it does that anymore, but
352. Okay. And what is this? Is this a 58?
58.
Help me out. 58, right?
58 Fairlane 500
Yeah, yeah.
Skyliner, retractable
Yeah.
hardtop convertible.
Yeah. Look at all those solenoids and relays in there.
Solenoids.
Yeah.
The operations. Show you a little bit about what's going on and what's
Yeah.
not. So, all the motors work. As far as I know, all the limit switches, there's a bunch of those to control the operation of the top.
Yeah.
These two arms are supposed to be upright and perpendicular to each other, okay?
Okay.
But as you can see,
Yeah.
canted.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they're tilted in. So I got this turnbuckle to try to push them back into place. Well, sometime in its history, somebody had...
It looks like somebody replaced that or welded in.
They're actually welded from the factory.
Oh, okay.
The bases, but somebody welded them in crooked. And so what happened was that
Yeah, your shaft really.
this shaft was actually V'd.
Oh boy.
Original shaft. And so the top won't function.
Yeah.
Now, so that's why I got this turnbuckle to put it back into place and see what I could do, but that's not going to work. So what I need to do is I need to cut these off and have clean them up and
Yeah.
have them re-welded in.
Yeah.
So that's where, but I'm sure the top will work once that's done.
Now, are these hydraulic cylinders here? What help me out with this? There's springs in there.
There's
Okay.
springs.
It's the springs. Okay.
And
Yeah, I
this
don't
is-
see any ports for hydraulic line. You're right. Yeah.
And this is just for safety purposes, this cover.
Okay.
So in case they break,
Yeah.
you know. Transmissions,
Yeah.
worm gears down here,
Yeah.
and it's called, also known as screw jacks. And this fits into here like so, and that there's a motor under there. Want to see the motor? Big electric.
Now, did somebody make a piece of wood here? Is this?
That's the way they came.
That's the way they came.
Yeah.
Like they came with. Okay. Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. There's the
Okay. Boy, it looks small, doesn't it?
big
Comparatively speaking.
Yeah, big American Bosch motor. So they're pretty good quality motors and not much to go wrong with them.
Yeah.
So
Just a double shaft there, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
which is the backyard right here.
Yeah.
And it controls these arms right here and lift up simultaneously.
Right. But your body seems like it's in really good shape. I mean, wow.
It really is
Let's be honest. I mean,
it's a rust-free car.
yeah, it really is.
It really
It's
is.
you don't get the rotten stuff.
No.
Goodness.
And that's when you're considering buying a Skyliner, that is one of the most important factors, especially in the trunk area where all these screw
Very
jacks,
important.
everything mounts.
Yeah.
If you have rust in there, it's not really worth bothering with.
Yeah. Wow.
You can see the genuine Ford sumptuous upholstery.
Yeah, it's right.
The car has power windows, which operate,
Yeah.
power seat, which it's almost working right now.
Yeah.
Had to buy a new switch.
I see that.
for it.
Yeah, I see the. It's over there.
It has supposedly a 68 Cougar 390 in it
Yeah.
with GT heads.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it had miles and miles.
Got a set of glass packs on there. I see.
Yeah, what are the Smitty's?
Cherry,
or-
Smithy,
cherry
okay.
bombs.
Cherry bombs. Yeah,
cherry
I'm about to
bombs.
say cherry bombs.
Yeah, I like the cherry bombs.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I've never had kind of notorious where stuff falls down inside and
Yeah.
catches in there.
And cabs are bad like that. I did a 56 for my dad years ago, and that's where the trouble spots were at.
Yep.
I had to put patches in there and stuff. Yeah. These
So
are
the
great.
dash panel was, when I got it, was all painted white, so I stripped it down and painted it matte black and got a chrome pin and did the, outlines on it. Put a new clear panel in it.
Yeah. It looks sharp.
Painted the needles and on these.
You can tell they're GT heads because.
Because the outboard flanges are lower than the inboard flanges.
Okay.
Okay, and then they're higher than the inboard flanges right here, and the headers, therefore a standard 390 head or FE head, and these bolt holes don't line up, so you have to have them re-drilled to line up with the
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah, so it has a little bit of an exhaust leak,
Yeah. Yeah. So
and cleaned up nicely.
filters all ready to go.
Yep.
The dual diaphragm advance over there.
Yep.
The vacuum advance is both diaphragms hold vacuum, so that's ready. So yeah, looking a whole lot better.
Next time you come over, we'll go for a ride.
Yeah, that sounds great. We'll have to get that done. The next series of clips are going to be some bonus content from the tour of Tim McMaster's shop. I didn't have the chance to put everything in there, and of course we're going to have another visit or two and have some interview and some time with Tim coming up in the next several weeks and months ahead. But I did want to show you this. All right, Tim,
Yeah.
what do we have right here? This thing's kind of unique.
Yeah, it's a V-twin Y block. It's a cutaway made by a land speed racing friend of mine, Wayno. He's actually a flathead racer. But he put this together, thought I might like it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can
I
see
like
all
it.
the inner workings
Yeah.
here. You can see the
That's
piston.
great.
Is the piston open on that
Yeah,
side?
piston's open over here.
And you can see the cam in the middle. And,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, Wayno's a good guy. He's actually dying of cancer.
Oh man.
And he's got a very good attitude about it. He's just trying to have some fun while he's still on this earth. But yeah, he he made this for me actually when you were out there at El Mirage.
Okay.
We had loaded this thing up.
About
Getting
that.
a little dusty there.
Yeah, sharp. All right, let's talk shipping crankshafts here. Here we go. There we go.
Look how thick
Let's
felt
get your,
line.
yeah,
That thing isn't
right
going
around the
anywhere.
mains right there. Here we go. That is the way to do it.
Somebody shipped me a crank in that box Probably around the same time I got the one in the cardboard box.
Oh, wow.
But I keep that kind of as a pattern to.
Yeah.
I shipped a stroker kit to England here about a year ago, and I built a box like that, and then another wooden crate around it for all the other parts that went with it. And these things, they go all over the place.
Back when I did the intake manifold for the Holley 4000, I made some videos just to show you some things to keep in mind. I didn't put that into the original video, so let's talk about it right now. It really has to do with making sure you don't hit the push rods at the ends of your intake manifold where the bolts go down.
I popped the valve cover real quick just to show you that there are 2 bolts you've got to be careful of on your intake manifold, that you don't get into a push rod chamber or passage. And then you see this front bolt here, you got to be careful because that boss gets right into that chamber there. I don't have a light, but I've checked these and they're okay. I've got another one way back in the back here. Again, this is on either side of the intake. It gets into this chamber, that boss goes right through. Let me show you on another head I've got that's loose. Got a loose head here on the bench just to show you those 2 holes you got to be careful of. And I'm going to shine the light through the threads. You can see there, right there in that push rod chamber, you got not a whole lot of room. Just got to be careful. You don't want any interference there. And then up front, or in the back, of course, as well, if you flip the head, but you can see right there how that light shines through. And there, oh, there it is, right there. So that's pretty important to remember. Just be careful about the length of bolts that you use to go through when you're trying to secure your intake manifold, because you will have interference if you're not careful.
Now, just to close out, I want to remind you that this week on Tuesday, we will have Tooltip Tuesday. That will be tomorrow. And a little trip to Dollar Tree. What can you get at Dollar Tree is going to help you in the shop. There's a lot of great little things at Dollar Tree you can repurpose. On Wednesday, we're going to have our Wednesdays in the Word Bible study. And like we said, later on at the end of the week, we'll drop part 1 of the Block Ford V8 engine build series. We're really excited about that. Now is the time to subscribe to the channel. Get on the hotrodreverend.com online store. We've got t-shirts like these here. We got all kinds of gear. You support the channel, support the work. We keep bringing you content on 50s Fords and the Block Ford V8. And of course, Tooltip Tuesday, Wednesdays in the Word. A lot going on. Looking forward to a great summer. God bless you and have a good day.